After so many days of staying in a different town every night, we were so happy to spend some time with our friends in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It gave us a chance to take a break from all the driving, tackle a few projects, and especially to spend some time mountain biking with Kyle and Rosa and a few other local friends. We had a great time in Tennessee. We got to spend some time with our friends Kyle and Rosa here. I'm losing my voice because I've got allergies right now. Steve has had really bad allergies too. That's been the only thing we haven't liked about being in Tennessee, but everything else has been amazing. We had a fun time riding and lots of great people to ride with. If you want to see any of our rides from while we were here in Tennessee, make sure you go over to my channel, Dusty Betty, and you'll get to see some of those. Our next stop is Kentucky, so we're on our way there now. By this point in the trip, we'd established sort of a routine for travel days. We'd both work through the morning, then I'd drive for a few hours while Steve finished his workday. When Steve clocked out, we'd go mountain biking, then Steve would drive for a couple more hours, we'd go to sleep, wake up, and do the whole thing all over again. While in Kentucky, we made a stop at the Louisville Mega Cavern. Once a stone quarry, the Mega Cavern is now a tourist attraction, with tours, zip lines, and an underground bike park. Riding in the cavern is a pretty unique experience. We had a fun time. We felt like a couple of kids. The next leg of our trip took us through West Virginia. The mountains and woods looked so beautiful. I wanted to stop and look under every rock, but there simply wasn't time this trip. Especially as we were trying to avoid tolls, our trip took us on a lot of winding country roads, with narrow lanes, no shoulder, and often no place to pull off for miles and miles and miles. It was nerve-wracking at times, but for our trouble, we got to see some beautiful country. In Virginia, we spent a few days in the Shenandoah Valley, where it was quiet and peaceful. It was hard to believe that Richmond, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. were only about 100 miles away. Some of the trails we rode felt raw and much less ridden than a lot of the trails that we're used to riding. You could ride for hours and hours without seeing another soul. We really felt like we were exploring in these wild woods. Check it out, it's a box turtle! He's scared. Let's get this guy away from the trail so you can lift the turtle another day. There you go, buddy.
I've never seen a turtle in the wild. I didn't know they lived in the mountains on mountain bike trails like this.
And a stick bug! What? This place is off the hook. Does look like a stick. That was the fastest stick I've ever seen. Toward the end of our trip, we also made stops in places like Powhatan, Virginia, and Asheville, North Carolina. Our trip back east may have been short, but the good news is we left lots left unexplored for future visits. We had plans in Moab, Utah next, so it was time to start heading west again.